Hi, this is Zhizhou. In this video clip, I'm going to introduce you a guitar effect generator using Myrail as my result for the Hands-On CA of EE4455 embedded system. The reason why I'm going to design this effect generator is that I always dream to have a more flexible sound from my acoustic guitar, and I think Myrail could help me to do it. This guitar effect generator has two working status, bypassing and effecting, and provides two sound effects, phasor and delay. The first blue LED indicates the working status. When it's off, it's bypassing the generator, which means that the speaker is playing the original guitar sound. When it lights up, it shows that the generator is processing on the guitar signal. The working status is toggled by the button 0 on the bottom. When the generator is working and effecting the guitar sound, shake the device to change the effect. You can see that the last two LED has changed. Now let's see how it works. First, let's listen to the original guitar sound. Let's turn on the processing one. Here it's working in the delay effect. Let's change the effect to Phasor. Now, I'm going to introduce more on the hardware and software architecture of this effect generator. The guitar string vibration is collected by the pickup on the acoustic guitar and followed by the guitar amplifier. Then, the amplified signal is processed by the Myrail and finally played back by a pair of stereo speakers. The Myrail will digitalize the audio signal at a rate of 48 kHz and reconstruct the audio signal for the playback. Now let's show a music demo. I've already downloaded the program into this Myrail to make it a standalone application. Now let's hear the music from Chen Liang, The Memory. Now what you are hearing now is the original guitar sound. Let's turn on the processor now. Here again, now the effect is the phasor effect. Let's shift the effect to the delay. Okay, now let's start. Let's take a detailed look on the program running on this micro device. You can, as I said before, you can shift between the effects by shaking the device, and you can turn on or off the effect generator by pressing the button 0 on the bottom of the device. So the main VI running on this device is the general logic flow of this device. As you can see here, the front panel of this VI, you can change a lot of parameters than the standalone program. Well, you can change the sampling rate, the delay time and amplitude. Well, you can change the ripple frequency of your wah-wah effect. And you can, yes, of course, you can change the master volume, which means the volume of your output signal. And you can take a look at your output waveform, monitor it, and you can see the working status of your device by this 2 LED. Well, this effect generator, the logic flow is like this. The input VI, which means the express analog input VI, will capture one sample of the audio input signal and pass it to the following stages. Let's see the signal processing stage. It's a case shift, condition shift logic controlled by the accelerometer toggle value, and you can see that there is two effects called delay effect and wah-wah effect. Each of them have different controlled parameters, and the outputs, the after processing signal, will be passed to case shift, which means you can shift between the original input signal or the process signal by the bottom toggle, and the final selected signal will be multiplied by the master volume value and pass it to the waveform monitor and the stereo output sub-VI, which means that you can hear that sound. Well, generally, the logic flow it looks like that. But let's look into the details. Let's see, the LED will show the conditions of this working status of this effect generator, and there's the first LED 0 indicates the working status of this generator. Well, is the value of the bottom toggle sub-VI, and the last two LED is showing the status of the effect, which means is actually displaying the value from this accelerometer toggle sub-VI. You can see that there is a value called trash. This means the threshold of this accelerometer toggle sub-VI is actually defines how hard you shake the device, and the sub-VI will detect a change. And finally, there is the arrow handler, which means that you can merge all the arrows and pass it to the end. Yeah, so this is the general logic of this program. Actually, we have more functions added into this device. We can take a look at this main USB VI. It's actually adding into one more function into this device. Is to record your output signal into a file, a comma separated value file, and store it into the sub drive you plug into your device. You can see that we can write the spreadsheet based on the output value from the timed loop. Actually, I found that the noise in the playback is not only because, mainly because of the um, my real playback amplifier, etc. It's actually coming from the program itself. Actually, the sampling rate I set here is too high for my real to process one iteration in time. Meet everything on deadline. So you can see that the finishing rate indicator is always on, which means that actually this program is not running at a sampling rate of 48K. Now let's change it to a smaller value. Let's see 3000 Hertz, and let's start. Now you can see that the finishing light is always off there. So that means, sometimes it's even bumping there. So we can see that actually this program is running at a sampling rate at around 3000 Hertz, which is a great difference from the 48K Hertz. So I think this is the main problem, that where the noise in the playback coming from is actually a kind of rising noise. Okay, I tried a lot of several attempts to speed up my program. The first one is to replace the express VI by using a lower level of VIs. Well, that's takes some effect, and but not so significant. It's only speed up this program at around about 400 Hertz. Is anyway, it affects a little bit, but not so significant, because the algorithm behind this whole program is still quite a lot. And another way of speed up the iterations is to reduce all the fancy functions, like the bottom, like the accelerometer and the LED, just purely processing the signals from the input to output. So here is the simplest program I established, and you can see the toggle function is only controlled by the panel, so the standalone program of this algorithm would not be able to control the whole thing using the MyReal. And this indeed improves the processing time to about 10K Hertz. It upgrade the sampling rate to 10K Hertz. So this sounds much better than before. Now let's hear the sound coming from this algorithm, okay? Last but not least, I want to give some special credits to the people who helped me throughout this project. The first one must be the Prof. Gong. He encouraged me to carry out this project based on my personal interest. Secondly, I want to thank Mr. Su Yu, who have provided me his precious and just new guitar amplifier. And I also want to thank Mr. Dong Li, my dear friend, who is right now standing behind this camera. He helped me shoot out all these video clips, spending his whole afternoon. Thanks a lot to him. I also want to thank Mr. Zhao Heng, who helped me editing this video clip and put them together. Without them, there will be no such an outcome from this project. Thanks a lot to them.